Hey, welcome back to DIYWILLY. Today, we're back working on the BAJA RZR project. I've done a lot of work in the couple weeks past on this project, and well, things didn't quite go as planned. So, over the past couple weeks, I have pretty much put the engine where it needed to be. I made the motor mounts. This one is welded in just a little bit across the top. I still need to do a lot more welding and stiffening and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's holding the engine. I made another one down here that mounts to the transmission. And, well, that one is partly welded on both sides just to hold it. The engine's solid. It's not going anywhere. And then I made what I'm calling like a torque bar off this bar. Now this bar is removable and is part of the Polaris setup, and it comes down and comes across, comes over and bolts to the engine up here on the top of one of the bell housing bolts. The idea with that one was to be like a torque bar, because as the engine runs, it's gonna want to come backwards with the forward or the counterclockwise rotation. It's gonna want to roll backwards. So I'm trying to give it all the support it needs to work and last and hold out, or hold on rather. I still need to do a motor mount on the bottom in the back of the engine, or on the driver's side of the engine in this case, but well, I have to move the engine. It's not perfect. I need to change those mounts that I just showed you and move the engine over about, I don't know, 3/16, quarter of an inch, something like that. And let's take a look at why I need to move the engine. Here's the belt for the clutch system. And as you can see, my belt's not lined up in the middle. It should be middle of this pulley, and it's not. Wow. All the work I did for the past 2 weeks to get this engine where it needs to be, and it's not where it needs to be. What the heck, Willie? What's going on? So, granted, I don't have the bolt in here, and I don't have it torqued down. It only torques down to about 10, 12 foot-pounds, something like that. But this belt should be lining up center like that. And it's not. It naturally, with the rotation, it naturally falls to the, what would that be, the left side? So, that means that I've got to move that engine over. And it's only about 3/16, quarter of an inch. And that's a lot of work to do that. But if I don't move it, it will function like this. But it'll burn the belts. It will throw the belts. It will do all kinds of chit chatter, whatever, squealing, all kinds of bad things that you really don't want it to do. I mean, the Polaris are known for squealing anyway, from what I understand. But I don't want this thing making more noise. If I can stop it, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to cut all those mounts loose, and I'm going to reposition the engine over, like I said. And yeah, it's a lot of work, and I'm going to get to it today. I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to do it because it's a lot of work, and I don't have the camera battery, and I don't want to drag you guys along. So I will show you what I do when I get there, when I get done. And yeah, we're gonna figure this out. I have, however, got a few things that I haven't shown you. I got the clutch bolt. Now the clutch bolt is a 1/2-inch bolt. If you remember in my previous video, I thought it was a 10 millimeter, but it's not. It's a 1/2-inch by 20 thread pitch, and it's 7 inches long, and it fits perfectly for the clutch. Also, I filmed all this already. I just didn't press the play, or didn't store on the card, or I don't know, something happened and we lost it all. Kind of need 2 hands for this. So this is the part that goes on the clutch and fits inside. In fact, let's show you that. So this is the part that goes right here. Now the bolt hole on this is 9/16. So this part fits in there, but I only have a 1/2 inch bolt. So my size, my hole is off. So what I found is this little adapter here. Now this will take it from 9/16 on the outside to a 1/2 inch on the inside, and it'll fit the bolt perfectly. And if you see, this is the adapter, or this is the piece for the end. Now I did have to take and chamfer this a little bit on the inside to fit this, but it just snaps in there perfectly. And now it's a 1/2 inch hole with the Polaris piece. Now let's get the bolt. As you can see with the bolt, it fits in there perfectly. So far, problem solved. I always solve the problems. That was just one more thing that I had to figure out, and I got it figured out, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I got the bolt for the clutch fits, the belt fits. It's just in the wrong place. So done a couple other things while we've been out working on this project, like reposition the shock mounts. I did both of them, and yeah, it's pretty tight right here. I don't think that the shock will come towards the engine at all during articulation. It should stay away from the engine, and the engine should not roll. It's hard mounted. It doesn't move at all, so it should not come back and hit the shock. But you never know. We'll figure this out. If this happens, then we can always, if this makes contact with the engine, we can always make changes down here and move them to the outside or something. We'll figure it out. But also, this week that I've been working out here, we got parts for the fuel system. So I needed a way to adapt the Chevy Ecotec engine to the Polaris gas tank. You know, I'm going to be using the Polaris gas tank and fuel pump, and they have to work together. You know, they got to talk. They got to say, hey, I got gas for you. Hey, I want it. Whatever, you know, that's stupid. But anyway, what we've got here is some AN fittings. I've got an AN adapter on the fuel rail that goes to a 6AN or -6 line. I haven't made the line yet, but I've got the adapter set up here. And we may run this, we may run, I don't know, we may do something different. But for right now, that's what I have. Down here on the tank, move this, we don't need that here right now. Down here on the tank, we have, for the pump side, we have a -6 or 6AN fitting coming off here with a tight 90. I had a longer 90, but it didn't fit with the seat. The seat has a lowering kit to lower the seat 1 inch. This seat is still with the Polaris seat mount, but on the passenger side, it lowered down 1 inch. And it was making contact with this, so I had to get a tight 90, a short 90 like that will allow it to not hit the seat. This is the return line, and this also is a -6 or 6AN fitting. This is the vent line. This is just going to run to like a canister or to a vent or something like that. So to keep debris from getting in the tank and allow the tank to breathe. And these are the ones we're really going to work with. But to make this work, the engine wants between 50 and 60 psi of fuel pressure, from what I understand. This is capable of putting out about 60 or 58 to 60 psi of pressure, hopefully. Forgive me, I did an unboxing of all this stuff, and I don't know what happened to it. It's just not here. I didn't press the record button. I don't know. Willie didn't. So you don't get to see me unboxing and talking about all this stuff, but we're showing it now. This is the fuel filter. This is the outlet to the fuel rail up there, and these are the inlet and the return. So this will regulate the fuel at 58 psi. So the fuel pressure will come in at whatever it's coming in from the tank. It'll go in, it'll regulate it to 58 psi, and send the pressure out to the fuel rail. Now, whatever fuel the engine doesn't use, or excess pressure or whatever, will return on this line back to the tank. So this is exactly the system that we needed for this engine. yeah, that's all the parts. I have the hose. I have a whole bunch of miscellaneous fittings here. Some other stuff. This is a pile here, a mess. Some more fittings, some separators, and then this is the hose. I'm running, what is it called? PT. It's 25 feet. PT, I don't know, PTF, something. PTFC or PT, I don't know. You guys probably know what it is. I'll put it in the description what it is. But, yeah, that's the RZR project right now. Sorry I didn't have a better video for you. I've done so much work on it the last couple weeks, and I didn't document any of it. So I've got to make a lot of changes to push the engine over, and I'm going to spare you the pain of watching that. I'm just going to do it right now. And, well, I hope that's all I needed to talk about right now. The engine is solid. I mean, it's not going nowhere right now. And I had much more to weld on here and reinforce this. I thought about putting another torque bar up here on this side of the engine. I've seen them back here on the back. Torque bars where they put them in here to kind of keep the engine from rocking backward is what we need to do. I don't know if it's going to do that much. I don't know how much they will rotate. But, yeah, that's it. That's my video for this week. I need the wiring harness. I need the computer. I need the exhaust system. I have pretty much everything except those two items to get this thing running. So, cross my fingers I can get that soon, and that I can fix this problem that I have today with the motor mounts and move the engine over to the driver's side. All right, so that's my video for today. I'm going to get to work. I got a lot of stuff going on. I haven't had a video out in a couple weeks, so this will be the next video coming up on the RZR. And then probably I'm going to take a break and work on one of the mini bikes, maybe Mighty. It could be Max and the wheel hubs, fixing the hubs, because I'm going to take the one off the front, put it on the back. That way maybe we can ride it. We need to take Mighty for a ride, and we need to clean this garage. The garage always suffers when I've got so much going on in here. But yeah, thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And always come back to DIYWILLY for the BAJA RZR project, the mini bikes, the trucks, the Samurai, everything that we're working on. Excuse me if I haven't. It's early morning. I haven't had my coffee yet, but I'm trying to get through this. And yeah, thanks for stopping by and checking out the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.